Rogers, and it's another edition of FLX Weekly here on FingerLakes1.com. It's Wednesday, March 21st, and we're live inside the FingerLakes1.com studios, where I'm joined by Josh Durso and Jim Sinicropi.
Here we are. We're live.
We're back again.
Another week. Spring here.
Spring is officially here. It's kind of sunny out, so I've felt a little more pep in my step, but it's still...
You felt some pep in your step?
I did. I saw the sun, and I was like, okay, it's going to be a great day. And then you step outside, and you're like, whew.
It's not that bad.
Really
it still feels okay.
Yeah.
You know,
no.
I haven't worn a jacket. I mean, I've worn a sweater or a pullover the past couple days, no heavy jacket. And it's fine. I walk my dogs that way. As long as the sun's shining and it's not too windy, that's fine.
Yeah,
and
kind
the
of.
good thing is it's like hasn't rained or been new snow or rain, so things are drying up a little bit, and there's not really anything significant in the forecast in terms of precipitation. So if we can just get those temperatures to bump up into the 50s and maybe even low 60s, then we're home free.
Then everyone acts like it's really 80 degrees out, and they start wearing shorts and tank tops and walking around in flip-flops, if you haven't ever noticed that.
I mean, right now, 60 degrees would feel like a heat wave. It would feel like
absolutely.
a heat wave.
The past few weeks, I've come across people out and about that have said to me, "Hey, you said spring was coming," like on this show.
You did.
And I'm like, I'm not a wizard of weather. I'm hoping just like you. I don't have any inside info or ability to change it. Don't get mad at me.
Right.
Yeah.
We were just being optimistic.
That's happened to me a few times as well.
I've noticed. I've seen. And I prayed, and I thought the same thing. I was like, they know it all, so it's got to be coming.
We don't. As it turns out, we don't know any more than anyone else does about the weather. And we're just making educated guesses.
Absolutely. Speaking of the weather, do you have what's going to be going on this week? Please give me some good news.
It's decent news. Again, going into next week, there's no precipitation. Friday, there's a 20% chance of maybe some snow in the air, but otherwise mostly cloudy, high near 34, so it's still cold. And then it's chilly overnight, down to 24. Saturday, partly sunny, high near 34 again, so not a bad day. Overnight, back down to 23. And then my pick day is Sunday for the weekend, mostly sunny, high near 38. And then down to 22 overnight. And then going forward to next week, and this is going a little far ahead. It's tough to predict, but right now it looks like sunny on Monday with a high of 42 and sunny on Tuesday with a high of 47.
Ooh.
And again, no precipitation other than that small 20% chance on Friday. So we're getting there. And yesterday was the first day of spring, and next Wednesday will be, 2 more days till the end of the month of March?
Mm-hmm.
I have no clue. I'd have to look at my calendar.
Easter's on April 1st.
Oh, yeah.
So next week we'll be talking about Easter.
Wow, already?
Yeah.
And so it could be worse.
Yep, it could be.
Like, hopefully we can skip that muddy portion of spring. You know what I mean?
It's horrible for walking your dogs.
Or golfing or mowing your lawn or just, it's really an unpleasant stretch when it's warms up a little bit, but it's just mud and everywhere and rain. So
yeah, that's true.
So take the good with the bad. It's a little chilly, but it's pretty pleasant.
It's
like
dry.
It's sunglass weather. Sunglasses
it is
weather.
for sure.
Yep.
Well, what kind of stories of the week do we have?
So we've got some news. It's been a busy week in the newsroom. Obviously, everybody's been talking about the Finger Lakes Health data breach. So we first reported that story a couple days ago. Since then, Finger Lakes Health has released a statement sort of outlining what happened. They discovered on Sunday that they were basically being held at ransom, what's known as a ransomware attack.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Yeah, it happens all the time. It doesn't necessarily mean that, terrible things are happening or that, all this information
They've
is
locked them
gone.
out of their own system and they want money.
Right.
Probably a significant amount. Did they say how much?
Right. They have not said how much. They did, though, say this morning that they're hoping by, Thursday. So if you're watching this today on Wednesday, maybe by tomorrow, things will be back to normal for them.
How so? Are they going to pay the ransom?
They're working with law enforcement and security professionals. I would assume maybe they might have figured out a way to get around it. I would hope that you could find a way to get around it. You're not going to catch, right? You're not going to catch the
No, they're
individuals
not.
who did it. Like,
They're in somewhere on the other side of the planet.
right. Like there's no, the interesting thing that came out of this whole story is that like a lot of the employees at the various Finger Lakes Health facilities, some of them had never worked in a paper and pen era facility. They have been reduced to paper and pen for everything. Even some of their phone lines have been affected. So some people have been trying to call and get things scheduled or confirmations.
It's pretty ridiculous. Things like this happen when someone has a stupid password. I mean, that's why you need to really be stringent with, things like that. Or, an IT person may have been setting something up in one department and just wanted to make it work. So he circumvented some protocol and just so it worked and everybody was happy. And then 14 months later, somebody finds a back door into the system and, I'm just speculating, but that's how these things happen.
Yep.
And stuff like this has happened to us. Not anything this severe.
Right.
But we've been, our servers have been hacked before in the past. It really hasn't happened in a while, but you really need to, all companies, big and small, need to review the type of security they have going on.
Yeah.
And it should be, they should balance it out based on the service they're providing. So if you're, selling lawn equipment, like lawnmowers and stuff like that, I mean, if your systems are compromised, it's not that big of a deal. It doesn't really even affect your business too bad. So you're probably not even going to be that big of a target. But if you're Finger Lakes Health,
you're a hospital. Yeah, I mean, you're a hospital system.
Lock it down.
Yeah.
Here's a question. I wonder if that means the medical bills I'm waiting for from them will be pushed back a little farther.
No, it'll just come in paper.
Darn.
Handwritten note.
Well, all the cohesion with the insurance companies, the systems, I mean, that's
a big
it's all
process.
up in the air right now. And that is one thing they said. Everything on that side of it is on hold right now. So everything is at a standstill as far as that goes. So if it requires a computer and it's happening inside of a hospital or a doctor's office or any medical facility owned by FLH, it ain't happening right now, But that wasn't the only news. We've got the latest on the 2 Newark teens who were indicted on first and second degree murder charges. Those were announced yesterday, this after the stabbing death of 17-year-old Zachary Duello, who was a senior at Soda Central High School. That happened, I believe, on December 7th or 8th, the exact date.
Are these all Sodas High School students who live in Newark?
Nope, the two teens that were indicted on the charges were Newark residents.
And the kid who got killed came from
was
Sodas.
a Sodas High School student. 18-year-old Hunter Peck and 19-year-old Vaughn Gray both face first and second degree murder charges as well as 3 counts of robbery. There's been some speculation through the investigative efforts that they've been able to put together so far that it might have been a drug deal gone wrong or something to that effect. But no concrete answers on what happened, so I'm not going to speculate there. It was, though, the second time in about what was a month and a half that Sodas High School student was murdered.
Right.
Alyssa Taft obviously was the one prior to that who was killed by her ex-boyfriend. Terrible, terrible stuff. And then it
almost seems like this story with the stabbing isn't as big a deal as it should be. A teen, stabbed another teen to death in Sodas, New York, in Newark, New York.
Yeah, I think because of the 2 incidents happening so close together, there was a lot of shock, a lot of stunned folks when the first one happened, but after the second one, it was, I don't know if there's a little bit of a numbing that takes place.
Right, they're like, it happened again.
So is there going to be a court case?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is going to be a big one, right?
Yeah, this will be very, very big. And
probably really long, too.
Yeah, I would assume something like this, probably 9 months to a year before you have any real concrete definitive, because the lawyers are going to be going back and forth, and you know how those things
18. Can you imagine going away for the rest of your life at 18 years old?
Well,
well, if you kill somebody, they open up the possibility for that.
But, so probably the most clicked on story all week, though, was about a standoff that happened over the weekend here in Seneca County in Romulus.
Oh, yeah, right. I thought you were going to talk about the guy in the roof in Auburn.
No, that was...
That was a big one, too, over the weekend, right?
Yep. So a 59-year-old Romulus man was taken into custody on Sunday after an hours-long standoff ended peacefully at his residence. The entire ordeal took place on Colonel's Drive after a reported domestic incident. Investigators say the victim escaped Kelly Drennan's capture at his home, then alerted authorities. The standoff ended around 2:34 p.m. on Sunday, after which investigators discovered a pistol, a significant amount of ammo, and an unregistered AR-15.
Oh.
Okay. Now, all of that happened, right?
Right.
He was released on $300 bail.
Yeah, I thought that was strange.
$300 cash
crazy.
bail or $600 secured bond, and he was on his way. Now, obviously, due process, legal system, that's its own thing. That's its own beast. I'm not going to jump into that, but there were a lot of readers who were saying, "What?"
Right. Especially because it stemmed from a domestic violence incident.
I mean, the unregistered AR-15 alone with this I don't want to call it a stockpile of ammo, but a significant amount of ammo.
Right.
That, you would think that would, and as far as we could tell from
and just by having a standoff with police, like if the police showed up and he came out. And then they found this stuff. Then
right.
maybe $300. Oh, he doesn't.
Were they standing off with someone who was just sleeping inside? Was he just like asleep inside his home and didn't even know they were there? Like,
no, I doubt it.
There were negotiators involved. I'm being sarcastic, right. Of course, but it's a very bizarre situation.
I did not hear that.
And justification on bail amounts and how they're set and that sort of. Thing is something that's been heavily debated for a long time. You'll see somebody get pulled over for AWO third and they're tossed in jail on $1,000 bail.
Right.
But then you have something like this happen and bail's set even lower or equal and people are like, what? How does this make sense?
Right, that is.
Because it doesn't. That's why. It doesn't make sense.
It makes you wonder, for sure.
So yeah, hey, anybody out there who might have answers? I'd love to hear them. Josh at fingerlakes1.com. Email me.
Well, maybe I'm going to go into some more positive, happy
The
news.
news segment on this show is not meant to lift people up. It's meant to give people a dose of reality.
Well,
You're here to lift them up.
Everybody back.
And again, it's going to be decent weather this weekend, so listen into these events. There might be something that you want to do.
There are some good events. When I was reading this, I was like, maybe I know what I'm going to do this weekend.
Ooh.
So to start us off, Fox Run Vineyards is having their annual Burning of the Canes event on Saturday from noon to 4 in Penn Yan. It's a tradition that's drawn from old winemaking practices in France, where folks in the vineyards spend the winter pruning back grapevines and burning the cut-off pieces called canes. In big bonfires to ring in the start of the new season is how they get rid of them. Along with the massive bonfires, there's going to be live music, wine, and food to keep you warm, and the admission is free for this. So that would be an interesting experience, something you don't get to really do every weekend.
Well, they're big bonfires they're going to have there, so it's
right.
And it's in the afternoon, so it's perfect weather for bonfire and.
It's just different. I've never heard of it. I guess they've done it before, but...
they've done it, what?
I do not know.
I think this is the 6th annual.
I think it's really cool, though. But in other news, this is one that I'm really excited about. On Saturday and Sunday, it's Bacon on the Lake Inn along the Cuga Lake Wine
A lot
Trail.
of people get on Cuga Lake and smoke weed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Bacon on the Lake Inn.
Oh, that was a good one.
See what they did there?
That was a knee slapper. I didn't even catch that.
That's not what it is?
I don't think so. I think it's bacon as in the yummy, greasy bacon that everybody loves.
Oh.
The food.
So, now that we have that figured out, at every winery, you leave a ticket stub in a piggy bank, ironically, for a chance to win a barbecue bacon basket.
I don't understand. So the piggy bank is going to be probably a cute little pink little pig with a squiggly tail, and then you will see that, and then you'll eat its flesh.
Absolutely.
It's the
You're going to smash it so you can figure out who is going to win, and then they're going to eat it. So
it's like when you go to the store to buy a package of, or to buy like a turkey, so you get the big frozen turkey carcass, and right on the front is a big dancing turkey.
with a little hat and everything to be all
Or
festive.
you buy the bacon and there's a pig with overalls on,
Maybe they're just like, hey, it's a little subtle hint like, do you know what you're doing right now? Look at how cute I am, and you're about to
I just think people are so disconnected from it that they don't even think about that stuff.
No, absolutely not. But
And I like bacon and I like turkey.
Oh.
I like all kinds of meat.
We've talked about this. I love all types of food, and bacon is really high up there. But listen to the best part. One lucky person will win a barbecue smoker, and I think that's a pretty nice
There you
prize.
go. Yeah.
More ways to, eat that bacon, and you can do so much with a
At
smoker.
home, you can smoke your meats.
Besides,
You have to have a lot of time to do that, though.
well, you
That's
have to
very
be dedicated.
time-consuming.
Start it in the morning. It's like guys love it. I
it's a
feel
Yeah, if
like.
you're having a big
process.
cookout, then you just get
Right.
up early and get that meat smoking.
I got a lot of family that does that, and they're really, really about it. And they crack a beer open at 6 in the morning, and they just watch it smoke, which is gotta be fun to watch. But besides sampling the bacon-infused dishes, you can sample wines that complement that dish. The tickets are $35, and they can be purchased online at cubawinetrail.com.
Yeah, you better hurry because it's sold out, and you got to buy and buy which winery you're starting at.
Oh, wow.
So I actually had to figure out, like, how can you even buy tickets? It was kind of confusing. So you go to Cuba Lake Wine Trail, and then, like, halfway down the page, there's a big strip that says, buy tickets for bacon on the Lakin. And when you click to it, then there's a drop down with all these different wineries, and some of them are sold out. I noticed that Knapp Winery had 19 tickets left, so you might want to start
wow.
there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's based on which winery you start at is
Well, that
where you
sounds
get your
fun.
tickets.
That sounds
Yeah.
like something I would be okay with doing all day. Other things that are going on this weekend, the Seneca Falls Rotary's 6th annual chocolate extravaganza is on Saturday at the Waterloo Quality Inn.
Formerly the Holiday Inn, now it's a Quality Inn.
Oh, okay. And then there's a camouflage egg hunt at Seneca Meadows Education Center in Seneca Falls on Saturday. That would be really hard.
Yeah,
if
I
it's
think that's
camouflage,
the point. I think that's the point, yeah.
wow. That's
Wait,
a
this week
challenge.
they're doing an egg hunt this week?
On Saturday,
Yes,
yeah.
on Saturday.
A week before?
They're just getting ready. They're like, hey,
Wow. Okay.
find your eggs early, I guess. And a program on glass whimsies at the Geneva History Museum on Main Street on Saturday.
Yeah.
Sorry. Many more events are available at our community calendar under the local listing tab at our homepage at fingerlakes1.com.
There are more
Yeah.
events on the calendar.
There are.
Yeah, we didn't go for a good 15 minutes going over the events. You can go and see them, and you can see how many more there actually are. But those were some top ones that I was excited about.
Get out there in the Finger Lakes.
Get out there in the Finger Lakes. That's the whole point. We
get
have
it.
to explore, people.
On Saturday, I'm going to Bottomless Brewery and then Ports for dinner.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds like a perfect day.
I love it.
I
yeah.
love both of those places so much.
Yeah, really. They are fantastic. Port's one of the best restaurants in the world.
Now you're making me really
Yeah.
hungry and trying to figure out what I can have for lunch that would be as good as Port's.
That's not going to happen. So just shoo that right out of your head.
I know. Jeez.
Do we have photos?
We
Do
have
photos?
a
Yep,
lot
there's
of photos. Are we caught up this week?
Yeah, let's get
Yes.
this up to speed.
All
Still,
right.
there's some wintry photos here, but, have at it.
Well, thank you. So we're going to start with Nancy L. Wright. Storm clouds gather from another winter storm near Penyan early Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, but too cold for me.
Yeah, last Tuesday.
From Judy Goodman, this barn was obscured through the snow on Canandaigua Back Road on Friday during the storm.
It's like some Game of Thrones
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
winter weather there.
Peak winter.
I love. Douglas Racine sent this photo of sand cranes spotted on Saturday just west of Savannah.
Early this year, the sand cranes are back.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's early for
that's
them.
exciting though. That means we're getting closer to warmer weather. If
Yeah,
they're
and Sand
back,
cranes are cool.
right?
It's a cool picture for sand cranes.
Yeah, that is nice. Nancy Jacobs caught the attention of this bluebird outside her window in South Bristol last Thursday morning. He's like,
What
can I
talking
help
about,
you?
Willis?
I know, more memes. A lone coot floats in the reflections of the boathouses along the Canandaigua City Pier on Tuesday morning. In this photo by Mike Sargent.
Yeah, nice. I like the way the water
looks
rippling there,
awesome.
and that is a black duck there.
Another,
it's a coot.
Yeah. Another snowy barn shot by Judy Goodman, this time in Clifton Springs. That is a pretty picture, again.
It is.
They're great, but...
For a Thanksgiving greetings card around Thanksgiving, you can send that out.
Yeah. Yes. And then Judy was on the north end of Canandaigua Lake to capture the shot of the picnic area waiting for better weather. I like that.
It's a nice one.
Yeah. It's getting closer.
That scene will look a lot more inviting in a few months. Of course, the leaves will be on those trees. You won't be able to see the lake as good, but...
That's okay. I'm okay with it. Steve Ekhorn captured this.
Acorn.
I was going to say, I was going to ask you
Icorn.
guys. I should probably go over these before I try and read them. Acorn, is it? Icorn.
Yeah.
Steve Icorn captured this blue jay over the weekend.
That's pretty awesome. There's more to it.
That is
in our gallery.
Wow.
You can see the whole bird, but
Look
the
at
colors
the
on that
feathers.
bird were incredible,
That is amazing.
and the detail.
I apologize for saying his name wrong, but he is just, been like, it's all right. Look at how good
He's
my
fantastic.
picture is.
Yeah.
That is awesome. From Janet Akin, it's tough to spot this bird enjoying a snack in the bush on Sunday afternoon.
I see him reaching for that berry.
Yeah, he blends in a little bit. Let's see. Rachel Burkholder gives us a glimpse into the upcoming spring as she captured these yellow orchards in bloom. Okay, I like it. That is definitely a glimpse into spring.
That's got to be inside somewhere. Right?
Yeah, I was going to say.
I believe what she had sent along with that was that that was in her kitchen window.
Right.
Those
Oh,
orchids,
that's
I'm
awesome.
assuming they're inside, like in her
I don't
like
think they would
windowsill
be
or something.
outside.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't be alive outside. Nothing could look that good outside right now.
No, but that gives me hope. Oh, all right. I don't want to mispronounce her name either.
This is a heck of a name.
Maureen
McEnany McHenry.
All right, you took it over for him. McEnany McHenry was on Canandaigua Lake to snap this shot on a pleasant Sunday evening. Beautiful. I love that.
Throw a few leaves on that tree right in the
sailboat
top there,
out
and
in
it would look
distance.
like summer.
Yeah, it really would. Summer, but like later in the afternoon when the sun's setting. Can't wait. And finally, Chris Coates found this snowy owl over the weekend. Awesome.
Yeah, good one.
He's got a story to tell.
That
guy.
is, yeah.
You can
Or
tell.
he's
he is so fed up with winter.
and he's watching everybody else walk around like, what is wrong with these people? Well, that was actually all our photos.
Yeah, we need to pick one for the photo of the week.
Pick.
Go ahead, you guys.
So for me, the bluebird wins.
The blue jay or the blue bird?
The Blue Jay.
The blue jay.
The Blue Jay by Steve.
Yes, by Steve Icorn.
Steve Icorn. I am going with that too, actually.
Okay, well then I don't even have to pitch in my
It
2
is
cents.
so awesome. Those are like my favorite colors. And did we not realize that we're all wearing blue and we just had that blue bird or blue jay
It's
be
true.
the
It's a
photo?
It's a blue jay, yeah. Yeah, that is
That
something.
is a coincidence right there. We're like wearing the colors that bird has.
We're a good representation of that bird.
That is really weird, but congrats. And everybody had great photos this week. And if you'd like to share your local photos from across the Finger Lakes, click on the link in the Submit Content section at the bottom right of our homepage at fingerlakes1.com.
Yeah, we'd love to see your photos.
I love it.
And put them up on next week's show.
And I think next we're going to go right into the sports for this weekend,
Yeah,
which have
it
been
is-
very exciting.
It is a busy sports weekend. Of course, it's the NCAA tournament. Syracuse is still alive. They're playing Duke.
Oh, woohoo!
9:40 p.m. And if you Duke's your favorite team and like you live around here, don't talk to me. Okay? Just don't. I think it's the dumbest thing ever. We like Duke. Why do you like Duke? Well, because they. Yeah. Don't even talk to me if you
just
like
don't.
Duke. Excuse. And Syracuse undermanned, still dealing with the repercussions of those NCAA sanctions, and I give them a shot. I give them a shot against the higher seeded Duke Blue Devils, and keep my fingers crossed. You're gonna have to stay up late. 9:40 start there.
Oh man,
That's the real travesty of that entire
Always.
thing.
I don't
about
care.
Duke. Forget about Syracuse. The fact that a game at this point in the season isn't starting until 9:40. What?
9:40 Eastern, yeah, if we're lucky, because there's a game before it.
That's insane.
So also on Thursday night, and this Syracuse game will be on CBS, but also Thursday night's games feature Nevada, Loyola at 7:30, Michigan, Texas A&M, and then after those games at 9:37, Kentucky, Kansas State, and then 10:07
jeez.
on Thursday night, Gonzaga and Florida State. Friday, 7 o'clock game is Kansas, Clemson. 7:27 tip for Villanova, West Virginia, an old Big East battle there. And then 9:37 Duke, Syracuse, 9:57 Purdue, Texas Tech. It's been the craziest tournament ever. Calling the game for Syracuse and Duke will be Jim Nantz, Bill Rafferty, and for some reason Grant Hill's got to be there, a Duke guy, and so whatever. But yeah, I hope
biased here.
I hope
Just
we
a little.
win that game.
Me too, but they just
And then they play
really
Sunday.
are like cardiac cues all over again. You can never just feel at ease. You're always on the edge of your seat watching these games, and
They
you're always about
literally
to have
have
a mini
6
heart attack.
players.
Yeah.
And 2 of them aren't even healthy, and then the next guy off the bench is a walk-on, Brandon Bear.
He did good last game, though. I was impressed.
Yeah, he did great.
Didn't
and,
he have the last foul shot or something of the game?
No, I don't think so.
It was... I can't ever pronounce his name.
Pasquale Chukwu.
Yes.
Chukwu.
Yes.
Chukwu. Anyways, Boeheim, amazing coaching job. He's incredible, and let's see if he can do it again. But I have a feeling that their luck's running out here. But gotta believe.
Yeah, you gotta take your nap before that game. That's what my boyfriend always says. He's like, you better take a nap so you can stay up and watch the game.
I won't fall asleep during that game.
See,
I don't need a nap.
I probably wouldn't either, but it's safe to take a quick nap. So
Other stuff going on in sports. Cornell hockey opens their NCAA tournament against Boston U in Worcester, Mass, which I think is kind of odd because Cornell's a top seed. They got to play in Worcester against Boston U, but that's 1 o'clock Saturday. You can watch the game live on ESPN News. Hobart Lacrosse tries to get back to 500. They're hosting St. Joseph's from Philadelphia at noon on Boswell Field in Geneva. That Saturday, you can listen on WEOS or just go to Boswell Field. Cornell Lacrosse is in Philadelphia to face Penn at noon on Saturday. Syracuse is at number 3 ranked Duke, so the lacrosse team's playing Duke too. They really need a win. They're at 500 at 3-3. That's Saturday, 1:30. You can watch it on ESPNU. And we concluded our season of high school basketball with the Mid-Lakes girls falling in the state semifinal in a game that you could hear live on Finger Lakes 1. There was very close to 1,000 live listeners for that.
Awesome.
And they really played a difficult team and played well. And that team went on to win. They beat Irvington in the final. So.
Wow.
Season finale, Upstate Hoops podcast on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. where we'll wrap up the whole season, give you our season end video, very popular season end video, and then that'll be that for high school basketball for another year. So.
Well, good for them for making it that far. That's always.
Oh yeah, and they'll be back next year too. I think they'll be back at the state Final Four next year.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's a prediction from me.
Go them.
So we're almost up against it here. So why don't you take us out?
Well, thank you for joining us. If you'd like to drop us a line, send an email to contact@fingerlakes1.com. If you enjoy the show, click like, share, and subscribe, and we'll be back next weekend. Next Wednesday afternoon. Until then, have a great weekend.
Get out there and get some bacon.
Yeah.
Yes, bacon on the